Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm taking a look at the Spirt Halloween located in the former Ocean State job lot in Enfield, Connecticut. So now let's see what they got this year.
And the rats swarm. There is few hits my bone-chilling grip cannot reach. Don't be afraid. Come over. Take a candy. I can see straight into your soul. You can never escape my evil eye. It's too late to run. It's too late to hide. You don't even
Most of these animatronics have foot pedals to activate them, and I think this one must have been starting to wear out because she was not responding to the foot pedal at all.
more clowning around. It's time for monkey business.
I did think this subway was pretty cool. Not sure why they chose a subway theme exactly, but it works, I'd say. Terror Tots Nursery, Spirit Metro Express. And this says emergency press button, but when I pressed it, nothing happened, so I'm not sure what that was supposed to do. And when you pick up the telephone, you can hear people talking on the other end, but for some reason it didn't get picked up by my microphone. Oh, vibrating. This subway map is pretty cool too. I was looking at it, trying to figure out what it meant exactly, if there are any like Easter eggs hidden in there. I'm sure there are, but I couldn't figure it out exactly. I thought the electrical effects were pretty impressive. And I think this guy was broken. Hello. He's supposed to pop up when you go to grab the candy in the bucket there, but nothing happened. This one's kind of hard to see, but in the green light there was some sort of image there, but I couldn't make out what it was.
Kiss, yeah, kiss, good night.
And Granny here was not working quite right either. She was still making noise and lighting up, but she was not moving. But luckily I did go to another Spirit Halloween at the Laurel Mall in Pennsylvania, and they did have a working Granny, so this is what she's supposed to do.
Don't be afraid, little one. This is going to hurt Granny. Much more than you.
When she's working, I'd say that's one of the scarier animatronics here. I've never seen an episode of Squid Game, but I am aware of what it is. And this character here is apparently called Young Hee. And this is an animatronic. It's like 12 feet tall. It is enormous. And like some of the other ones, she wasn't working quite right.
Oh, she's not working. Oh, there she goes. She's not making any noise though.
Now, I also saw her at the Laurel Mall, and she was working there. So this is what she's supposed to do.
You will be playing red light, green light. You are allowed to move forward when it shouts out green light. Stop when it shouts red light. If your movement is detected afterwards, you will be eliminated. Green light! Red light! Player eliminated.
I'm not sure if you could buy that animatronic because I didn't see any boxes for it, but if it was for sale, I would imagine it would probably be over $1,000.
It has Squid Game jacket, I guess. I don't know what you call it, sweatshirt. Don't see a price on it though. $50 for the Gerd costume.
And of course, they've got all the classics here. So they got Friday the 13th, tons of Friday the 13th stuff. That outfit is $39.99. And then this is, I guess, a deluxe mask. It's $44.99. They had like 10 different versions of his mask here. So they had everything from like the super basic ones, even more basic than this, all the way up to that deluxe one there. This one costs $16.99. And for $12.99, you could get his machete, which I thought was a pretty decent price, actually. And then they had a ton of these things they're calling cross body bags, which I'm guessing are purses. But when I first saw it, I thought it was saying body bag, but it's clearly not a body bag. And that is $36.99. They had a decent selection of Beetlejuice stuff this year, but I think it was less than last year and the year before. Probably because the movie already came out. And that mask was $29.99. And this one's also $29.99. They have pretty much every type of Halloween costume you can imagine, and ones you can't imagine, like Glamrock Freddy here, which was $59.99. And then this is Glenn from Chucky, and he was $24.99. And then this is Chucky. He was $69.99, which I think that's a bit high for a mask of that quality, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. And then these costumes here were $19.99 each. I'm not sure when Killer Clowns from Outer Space got popular again, but they had a whole section devoted to them. This is a popcorn gun, and if I were into Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I definitely would have bought this because this was really cool.
$99.99.
And then this is a cotton candy gun, which, again, if I were into Killer Clowns, I would have bought this as well.
That's kind of cool. That is $30. Not bad.
This is Beryl from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and he kind of looks like Momo, which is another horror character. He was $14.99. And then they had a bedazzled version of him over here. They actually had bedazzled versions of a lot of the masks. So I guess that's a thing now. And I kind of like this Ghostbusters sweatshirt. It was $44.99, so it's not cheap, but it looks pretty decent. Now this is another thing that they're calling a crossbody bag. So again, I guess you wear it like a purse. And it's based on the handbook for the recently deceased. Last year they actually had a book that looked like the handbook, but I didn't see it for sale this year. They had one of these hard plastic masks for Yang He. It's $14.99, and I think that's a pretty good price because those hard plastic masks actually look pretty good. They look a lot better than the cheap plastic masks we used to have back in the 80s. And we've got another classic. We got Halloween, the movie Halloween, and they had like, I don't know, at least 5 different versions of the mask.
Whoa, $80. $70. Not cheap, that's for sure. $16.99. $19.99.
They also had a ton of stuff from the new Terrifier movie, so I guess this Art the Clown guy is kind of like the new Jason or Freddy Krueger. And that costume there was $59.99. And this plush was $29.99. I'm not really familiar with the Terrifier movie, so I'm not really sure what kind of, let's say, instruments he uses. But they had a lot of different types here. This one was $12.99. And then this jacket here was $69.99, which I thought that was a reasonable price because the jacket looks to be, I mean, at least decent quality. So apparently in addition to knives, he also uses swords and hacksaws. And the hacksaw was $19.99. Again, I've never seen the Terrifier movie, so I don't know what the significance of this is. Art Krispies, does he have some sort of cereal in the movies, or is this just totally random? And this is one of those crossbody bags again. And I couldn't read the price on it, but it was probably $19.99. I remember back in the 80s, they sold a Freddy Krueger glove that looked a lot like this one, but I think it was a lot more expensive than this. This one's only $12.99. And I'm pretty sure the one you could buy back in the 80s was more than that. Especially if you adjust for inflation. And then this Freddy mask is $70. They also had a few Fantastic Four costumes, but it was just these here, so not a lot of them at all. And these ones were $79.99. And I was looking for the mask, and I guess that's the mask there. It's all folded up. And they've got a whole Scooby-Doo section here. And I don't know about you, but I don't remember Velma looking quite like that in the cartoons. And that costume was $36.99. I could see Daphne dressed like that, but not Velma. This Scooby-Doo mask was enormous. It's almost the size of what you'd see a cast member wearing at Disney World.
$40. It's not bad for such a big mask.
And then the hard plastic Scooby-Doo mask was $14.99. And they've got some Toy Story costumes. We've got one of those hard plastic Buzz Lightyear masks. And I would guess he's probably $14.99.
$19.99.
I really like that Wolverine mask. I don't think I've seen that one before because I didn't come to Spirit Halloween last year. It was probably here then too. But yeah, if those would fit my head, I probably would have bought one.
Oh, Wolverine claws. It's kind of cool. $24.99.
And they've got a Wednesday section here. That Wednesday costume was $49.99. And another crossbody bag. This one is Cousin It. It's $36.99, and this one is almost like a plush. I was kind of surprised to see that they actually had a dodgeball section. Didn't know that movie was still that popular. And of course, they've always got to have Harley Quinn stuff, so they've got the Harley Quinn mallet here. Which was $29.99. And they also had a couple versions of her baseball bat. And the bat was $29.99 as well. And they had just one Luigi mask left. No Marios or anybody else. So those probably sold out, I would guess. Because that's only $9.99, which I think that's a really good price. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not know what that thing was to the right of the frog. What do you think that is? That frog hat was $12.99. And so I had to pick this one up to read the label. And I'm not going to read what it says, but below where it says $24.99, it says what it is. What the heck? And over here they've got your standard medieval costumes. Sword and sorcery stuff, I guess. Or you can get an axe for $12.99. Or to the left of it, you could just barely see it. They had a bedazzled axe, which that I really don't understand. You can also dress up like a breathalyzer for $39.99. Or a prophylactic wrapper. You could wear that to your office Halloween party. And we've got the SpongeBob section here. I never watched SpongeBob. I was too old when it came out. I would have been like 26 or something. So a little bit too old. But I do kind of like this Patrick mask. It was $29.99, and it was pretty big, just like the Scooby-Doo mask. So I think that's a decent price. And this is supposedly Handsome Squidward. I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. I guess there was an episode where he was handsome. And he was $19.99. And we got some Jurassic Park costumes. I actually was considering buying this, the Dennis Nedry costume, because I actually could probably pull that off. And that was $39.99. I thought these were really cool. These are the goggles from the original Jurassic Park movie. And according to the label, it says push button to extend lenses. And I'm guessing they probably light up and flash or something. But the price, oh my.
$150, wow. Nope, not working.
Look deep into the burning fire as I drag you into the dark.
Here's that Twisted Grandma animatronic, and that was $229.99. So I think that's reasonably priced, to be honest with you. And then this Two-Face Teddy, he was only $129.99, which makes sense because he didn't do much other than just turn his face back and forth. I didn't see a price on Headcase Harry, but I would guess he's probably in the $300 range, $300 or $400. It says this Cerberus is $149.99. And they have an Art the Clown animatronic there, but I did not see him on display. And you can get a Bloody Handprints tablecloth for $17.99. And I didn't see this one on display, but that is pretty terrifying, I think. The Dark Princess. I think the face is probably the scariest one here, in my opinion. And then this Jack the Reaper is $329.99. I think these are all Harry Potter related, but that's another movie I've never seen, so I could be wrong about that. I know some of those are definitely Harry Potter, but these ones here, I really don't know. And this Raven is $24.99.
$14.99. It's not bad.
They're calling this a horror head, even though it kind of looks like either a cup or a planter to me. But they're asking $17.99. On the floor here is a Glen doll from Chucky, and I do want to get one of these, but I want to get one where the box is in pretty much mint condition, and this one is not. It was $69.99, and I did ask the guy if they had any others in the back, and they did not. So I'm probably going to check out another Spirit Halloween to see if they've got any in stock. They were asking $16.99 for the Oogie Boogie mugs, which is not bad, but I think I'll wait till they show up at a flea market for $5. And I love how they call this home decor. I've been thinking about getting this Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign for a few years, but I've never picked it up, and I still haven't. It's only $29.99 though, so it's fairly inexpensive compared to their other stuff here. So I don't know, I might pick that up eventually. And they did have some Haunted Mansion stuff here, but not a lot. I remember in the past them having a lot more stuff than this. So I don't know if they've discontinued it or if they just ran out. And this is something I did end up buying. This is the Beetlejuice sign from the movie. And I saw this a couple years ago, but they had Beetlejuice misspelled. They spelled it like that on the back, which is incorrect for that sign. And so I thought it was pretty cool that they've actually corrected the error. So because of that, I did end up buying it. And it was $54.99. So not cheap, but I thought it was worth it. Looks like the batteries are dead in this Chucky Sidestepper, which is $32.99. And this Frankenstein bust, I thought this was fairly impressive. It was $46.99, and I don't know, for a ceramic bust like that, that's actually a reasonable price, I think. And of course the battery in that's worn out too. Actually, most of the batteries were worn out at this point because, you know, these have probably been used for the last month and a half nonstop. And then this is a talking Chucky doll. I did end up buying one of these. And of course his battery's dead too. I already had the regular Chucky doll, which doesn't do anything, but I just had to pick this one up. It is $88,999, which is, again, not cheap, but I thought it was worth it.
$9.99.
This is what it does when you turn it on, and I like it. It looks pretty much like it did in the movie, but a lot smaller. This glass is $9.99, and it's kind of weird the way it's at an angle like it is. I also ended up buying this. This is the statue from the original Beetlejuice movie. It was $32.99, and I don't know, I just had to have it. I thought it was really cool. Here's Baby Frankenstein. It's $54.99. And I'm guessing the terrifying babies are also probably about the same price. And I don't think I've ever seen this Megan doll before.
$99.99.
And on the left, that's the Chucky I already have. I think I paid $99.99 for him as well. These cookie jars are $34.99.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at that subway yet?
Yeah, I hit that first. That was pretty cool.
I actually made that. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
That was a store employee, and at first I thought he was going to tell me to stop filming, but luckily he was really cool about it. Looks like the jumping spiders are on sale for $59.99. If you want to dress up like a furry, they got you covered. I don't remember seeing furry costumes when I was here in 2023. But I could have just missed them.
$99.99.
They had the furry tails too, and luckily they only had the clip-on type. This one's only $59.99. Now, back in the 80s, when we couldn't afford those $80 masks, we would just buy face paint like this. And I remember one year, I'm pretty sure I dressed up as Dracula, or maybe my brother did, and I dressed up as a zombie, one or the other. But I remember we both basically painted our faces white, and then we had little trickles of blood dripping from our mouths, of course. And now you can actually buy entire bottles of blood here.
Bottle of blood.
These are $7.99, and then if you want to upgrade, you can go with the blood gel, which obviously is going to be thicker, and that's $9.99. And if you want to be really cool, you can get the blood spray and spray your friends in the face with blood, and that's $12.99. I'm pretty sure these spiked bats are supposed to look like Negan's bat from The Walking Dead, but they don't say Walking Dead on them, so, you know, obviously they're saving on the licensing fee there. And that one is $21.99. And that sword, I guess, kind of looks like Michonne, so you could do a whole Walking Dead thing here, pretty much. Even though these white masks are pretty basic, I would say there's some of the scarier masks here. Like, if you see somebody wearing one of these in public, I would walk the other direction. And they're only $3.99, so that's probably one of the cheapest masks they have. And I'm not sure what that is from. It says Hooded Darkness. I don't know if that's a character or what. Now, this is the type of Jason mask I had back in the 80s. I don't remember if mine glowed in the dark, but it was definitely white like that. And that one's $6.99. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one I had was almost identical. These are pretty terrifying, too. And then this hard plastic Chucky mask is $24.99. This is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and this was $69.99. And it looks like they had another version of Leatherface behind them, which I think was from the original movie. Here's one of the Martians from Mars Attacks.
Whoa. $79.99. Wasn't expecting that. Deluxe Fantasy Sword, $39.99.
Here's a life-size posable skeleton.
$79.99.
I think most of these animated Tombstones were $44.99.
Ooh.
They also have unanimated Tombstones, which are much less. And those are pretty much just made of foam. I thought these were kind of weird. These are zombie seagulls. They're $24.99. And then they've got a zombie raven and a zombie pig, too. And he was $29.99. And I guess these are rotten pumpkin monsters.
$39.99. $44.99. Some brains. $9.99 for some brains. That's not bad. Not sure what brains normally go for, but that sounds very reasonable. $9.99 for a heart. $14.99 for a severed arm.
These vampire busts are on sale for $14.98.
Oh, they're foam.
And the batteries are dead in the Walking Bloody Hands. Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of think these stuffed dummy props are more terrifying than some of the animatronics. And it looks like they were asking $79.99 for those. And those, of course, you would dress them up, so you'd put some sort of costume on them. Ooh, and they've got a fogging skull pile. That's kind of terrifying. And then over here we've got the kid costumes. And the prices on these seem to mostly be in like roughly the $34.99 range for the most part. Got Miles Morales Spider-Man, $39.99. Then we've got some Star Wars stuff, which I'm always looking for. Got these half masks here.
$16.99.
And then they had these at the Spirit Halloween at the Laurel Mall in Pennsylvania. They're Stormtrooper helmets, which look pretty much exactly like the Black Series helmets. And actually, I think they're probably the same thing. And they're the same price, $99.99. So if anybody knows, are these exactly the same as the Black Series helmets? And we've got the Fortnite section, which is a game I've never played. I have a Boston Terrier, so I was considering buying this costume for her, but I don't think she'd wear it much more than a few minutes. And they're asking $19.99 for it. For a second, I was considering buying this flame light, but I decided against it because I don't know. What am I actually going to do with it? And it was $34.99. We didn't see this animatronic yet. It looks like it's from The Nun, but I'm not sure if it's officially licensed or not. Alright, so there you have it. That is Spirit Halloween 2025. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yes, indeed. Now come closer. It's ours to trust and spirit. The best things in life usually come in pairs. So take a candy and get the second one for free.